Hello, my name is Elisa Negron, and welcome to History on the Go. You may not have been on a Native American reservation before, and those who have know how impoverished it is. The schools on the reservation are normally poor compared to the white schools just outside of the reservation. Whites living on the reservation border and Native Americans on the reservation still don't live equally, and education is a major example of the inequality difference.
We are going to give you an inside look on comparing Native American life and education to whites living on the reservation border. The white people living on the outside of the reservation have better life opportunities than the Native American on the reservation. This is because they have better education and have better opportunities for their hopes and dreams to come true. Native Americans have schools that have been teaching students the same thing over the last few generations without new information or material.
It all began in 1800s when the Europeans decided they wanted more land. In order to do this, they took the native lands away from the Native Americans. They were put on reservations, which are lands that were not nearly as good as their old lands, and that became very impoverished. Out of 2.5 million Native Americans in America, about 1 million lived on reservations. Now there is only about 310 reservations still in the United States. The Native Americans walked 800 miles to travel to these reservations. On the way, it caused disease and death. This trail was called the Trail of Tears. All this just to get to their new land that they were forced to move to. Once they were put on the reservations, they lived in poverty and issues began to increase. Now we are going to interview two special guests today. They are both from Spokane, Washington, and they will speak to us about their education. First up is Penelope. She attends Reardon High School. After that, we will interview our second guest, named Roddy. He attends Wellpennant High School. Some students have noticed that their education is not high quality due to lack of educated teachers and necessary materials. This is a result of issues like poverty, where money is used for other needs because education is a luxury for some families.
My school, Reardon, gives me a good education. It gives me opportunities that I'll very much appreciate when I grow up. I have hopes and dreams that I want to pursue, like seeing the world. The people and the environment fascinate me. I'm so thankful that Reardon High School has given me so many chances to achieve my hopes and dreams. I want to do something important with my life.
Education is not as important to some on the reservation than to others with real opportunities. The level of education on reservations are normally poor, which causes families to lose hope of becoming successful. With a good education, you can really go far in life and become the person who you wanted to be. This opportunity is normally given to white families instead of Native Americans. Some white students from outside of the reservation have told us about Native American students going to your school. Some Native Americans are passionate about their education and they want to go far in life, so they will risk transferring going to a better school, even though only white students attend it.
I'm comfortable with a Native American going to my school because they're living people and they're also our neighbors. I see Arnold, our Native American, as a brave boy taking these risks, even though he's poor. I think he's an important part of the rest community because he has shown us all in the Reardon that we can also be friends with them. That sometimes appearance and influence makes us see and think people are bad.
There's sometimes conflict between neighboring schools like competitive sports. This type of pressure is especially strong between schools of different race and ethnicity.
I think there's conflicts between the Reardon and Wellpennant schools because they discriminate each other. I don't like to get involved with these conflicts because I don't think it is right to hate someone because of their race. I try to be nice and I don't judge them or discriminate them. I hope that there's more peace between the Native Americans and us.
Native Americans sometimes have bad home environments. They have bad influences from their parents because most are alcoholics, which causes them to be violent or disappear. This makes them act differently in places like school.
Arnold was the only one that talked to me because everybody's afraid of me. He saw me for who I am. I have many problems at the school because I get into fights. It is an influence from my father, who is a drunk man, and he beats me up sometimes. I just get so angry, and that's why people are afraid of me. Studying and paying attention are hard stuff because I'm not patient. But I still think that the books and materials are old. The classrooms are not modern. My school's education and atmosphere need to be changed. I guess that's why Arnold left. He's a smart kid and he has big dreams. Walpin is not a place for kids like that. Our school facilities, when compared to Reardon, are not as education here on the rest. For example, we receive the same books our parents used to study. Can you imagine that? They haven't changed nothing like for 20, 30 years. Also teachers like Mr. P I think that has the age of the word. Sometimes, well, almost every time, miss classes.
In the end, both Reardon and Wellpennant are very different. Reardon has a better education, future life opportunities, dreams, and hopes. On reservations, the schools with poor education teach old information instead of recently updated information and materials. Most Native Americans will stay on the reservation because of the lack of education they are receiving. Some will change schools even if it is outside of their reservation because they want a better education to become successful in future life.